Hi, Junie. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Have you been nice to your wife today?
I tried to.
My name is Ron Hale. I've been at Bellevue several years now. I work through the counseling office through Jamie Fish, one of the counseling groups. The Life Solutions groups is what we call it. The one I facilitate is called Every Man's Battle. It's based on that book and the things in the book. I've been doing that for a number of years. That is because I was introduced to some early trauma in my life that sent me off in a deep, dark area of depression and craziness, and eventually it headed me towards suicide. I didn't think about that, but I found myself in a situation where, as I talked to others, most likely I was going to head towards suicide. Every man's battle is basically the battle of the eyes, men and their eyes looking at things they shouldn't be looking at, or being introduced to sexual intimacy at an age, usually at a very young age when you don't understand. And so your mind gets kind of captivated, kind of gets refocused on this thing, which is not good for you, but it becomes kind of like a beginning place for your mind to follow for the rest of your life until you find freedom from it.
My name is Caleb Lease. I grew up in a Christian home. My mom and dad, they instilled biblical values. I was raised in a very good home. I really was. I was very fortunate to have a dad that sacrificed so much for me. When I was very young, I was exposed to pornography. I remember it to this day. I remember the day that I was exposed to it. Little did I know that it would be something that would change my life forever. And he was watching pornography on a computer, and I saw it. And I didn't know better. And that started a very long journey of going deeper and deeper and deeper into what I've now learned is called sexual sin.
What happens when you can't deal with the problems, you can't find a solution, and you can't talk about it. You have too much shame and embarrassment and other things. You don't know what to say, what to think. So you wind up more or less, it's what I would describe as running into a brick wall hundreds of times, and eventually you get tired of that. And I have a family member who, he got tired of that and he ended his life as well. They can do so much damage, and it's doing more and more damage, not only in this country but around the world, as sexual immorality just goes crazier and crazier.
I'd always had this idea, you know, if I get married, it'll stop, right? I'll be able to handle my sexual addiction and my sexual problem when I get married, because I'll have a wife. It'll all be okay. I think that's what's so deceiving and so particularly evil about this thing that can be so easily exposed to a young, innocent child. I couldn't be the husband that my wife needed me to be. I couldn't have a relationship with her. I couldn't have that exclusive oneness with her because I was bringing in all of this garbage into my life because I did not want to lose my marriage. I did not want to lose my family. I was advised you need to go get counseling. And so we came to biblical counseling here. It's through that process that I was brought to the attention of this class.
I make sure they stay on track, and I ask for questions, ask for responses, and you know, I get the questions out, and they bring their life lessons to the table, and we describe with each other what's going on. We help each other. We hear someone say something we're familiar with, we might comment to that. So it's a group discussion.
It's become what I sometimes call my church. It's actually become more than a class. It's become a group of men who are brothers taking each other by the arm, and they are trying to pull each other out of this just pit of sin and despair. And we do it every single week. We encourage each other every single week. We share our burdens every single week. I can honestly say I have never left that class on a Wednesday night without being encouraged and without being motivated to follow what Christ wants from me. When I walked into the Every Man's Battle class, the first thing that Ron says after he introduces himself, he says, "We believe that you can be healed and you can be freed by the power of the Holy Spirit."
You got to realize a battle will come, little, big, whatever, about some battle will come, and you need to be ready for it. That battle will come and go, but you fight the good fight, and those battles get fewer and fewer, less and lesser, and they have less effect on you. They have literally no effect on me today. Sin starts in the heart, in the mind. So that's where you want to fight the fight. That's where the battle is, between the ears. God gave us a strong and powerful mind to do great and mighty things with. But it's like any other strength we have. When it's misused, it becomes a great weakness.
You are going to win this battle. You have to be able to confess your sins. You have to be able to tell your brothers. You have to be able to let it out in the class that you did stumble. You did fall this week. You are giving yourself over. You are being accountable. You're letting yourself be accountable to other men. God has used this in my life to help so many other people around me and to help me. He has used this evil to help me trust in Him, because I cannot do it on my own. I cannot beat this sin on my own. I need Him. And He has used it to show me that He not only promises He will help, but He did it. He delivered me, and He delivers me every single day from this sin.
Luke 1:79, to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, and to guide us in the path of peace. That's when I realized I was free from this addictive lifestyle. I literally cried like a baby. I literally cried like a baby. Like I said, at that moment I knew what I had to do for the rest of my life. And I'll have this addiction till the day I die, but I will never give into it again. I found freedom from it. Find someone that you can be safe to discuss things with, like in the church, or maybe a counseling or something like that. The most important thing you can do is be in a group of men who have a like battle, who will discuss things regular about what to do, what not to do, the battles they've had, what they did about it, and that kind of stuff, where you can discuss safely what's going on in your life. That's what it's all about. How far will you go to serve Jesus?